Okay, so I'm recording this, so I'm going to basically say everything I would have said as if you were all here. So Tess, Layla and Guy, you still need to go and log on to Dr. Frost Maths. That's going to be an important website going forward. I've forcibly activated your account, so what you guys now need to do is just go onto the Dr. Frost Maths website and log in using your school email address. And then when it prompts you for a password, you've just got to say the word password lowercase. All right, and then it will then give you the opportunity to change the password to something of your choice. Once you've done that, let me know, and I can then give you the work that we did a couple of lessons ago. Okay, Dr. Frost doesn't allow me to set the work in anticipation, I don't think, of you activating your account. So once you've activated it, let me know, please. Right, okay, so today's lesson we are going to be just revising how to round numbers, which is crucial because it comes up all over at GCSE. Lots and lots of questions will require you for the final mark to go and round your answer. Now, you're either going to round to a certain number of decimal places, could ask you to do that, or secondly, it could ask you to round to a certain number of significant figures. Now, we're going to revise both today. So you are going to have to do two Hegartys today, Hegarty 56 and Hegarty 130. I will then average the 2 marks and pop that over onto Teams. So the first one's very quick, the second one's slightly longer. Let me just remind you how to round decimal numbers. Again, I'm going to do this quickly, so if you get stuck, you'll just have to play the video back. So the first 3 questions on number 56 are very easy. Just round these to the nearest whole number. So clearly 2.9 is closer to 3. Clearly 2.4 is closer to 2. And 4.7 is closer to 5. So that should be 3 easy marks. Then questions 4, 5 and 6 are requiring you to round these here to 1 decimal place. Now remember, 1 decimal place, that number is what you will finish on. 1 number after the decimal place, and you've just got to decide whether that you stick on a 7 or round it up to an 8. They're the only 2 options. So you look at the next number. If the next number is 5 or above, you round up. If it's not, then you stick with what you've got. So this one here is going to be 84.7. This one here will be 4.6. And this one here will be 37.3. So on each of those occasions, we've rounded to 1 decimal point, 1 decimal place. And on each of these, as it happened, the next digit was greater than or equal to a 5. Sorry, that one. I've just so the second 2, excuse me. The third number was greater than or equal to a 5, so we rounded up. With that first one, we stuck on 84.7. So stuck with a 7, rounded up to a 6, rounded up to a 3. Now, questions 7, 8, and 9 require you to give your answers to 2 decimal places. So the 2 numbers after the decimal point will be where you finish. And again, you've got to decide, do you round up or not? So do we round this one up? Yes. So 9.73. Do we round that 5 up? Yes, we do. So 0.36. Do we round that 9 up? Yes, we do. Now, you've got to be careful with this one. So that 89 becomes 90. So that would be 26.90. Still 2 numbers after the decimal place. Now, this number here, number 10, required us to round to the nearest hundredth, okay? So we've got to get that number there correct. Remember, that's the tenths column, that's the hundredths column, so that's going to be 21.91. So that's the column where you got your hundredths. Okay, then question 11, nearest whole number, well, that's clearly 58. And question 12, 1 decimal place, 38.1. So that's modelling all 12 questions on the first Hegarty, Hegarty 56. So I'm now just going to move on to the second Hegarty, which is Hegarty number 130. Now this is when we round to significant figures. And remember what this means. If you're rounding to 1 significant figure, then you're only allowed to have 1 number that's not a 0. 2 significant figures, you're allowed 2 numbers that are not noughts. So let's say, for example, at a football match, we had 57,000 856 people there. And we had to round that to one significant figure. We're only allowed one number which is not a 0, and that's always going to be the first number. So we're allowed this 5. Now, do we round that 5 up? Yes, we do. So that becomes a 6. You're then, zeros are free, so you need as many zeros as you want to get the 6 into the appropriate column. So 57,856 is 60,000 to one significant figure. Two significant figures, you have 2 digits that you're allowed. Do we round that 7 up? Yes, we do, because we've got an 8. So that answer would be 58,000. So the key bit to remember, one significant figure, one digit which is not a 0. Two significant figures, 2 digits which are not zeros. So let's just quickly rattle through the types of question that are in the Hegarty. So I've just written these by hand, but these are the questions that crop up in the Hegarty. So 3.7 to one significant figure. You're only allowed one number that's not a 0. That would be 4. 0.00628. Well, the 6 is the first non-zero number we come to. Do we round that up? No, we don't. So that to one significant figure will be 0.006. Note how you still need all the zeros you want to get that 6 into the appropriate column. Now to two significant figures, there's our first one, there's our second one. Do we round that 6 up? Yes, we do. So that's going to be 0.027. Two digits which are not zeros, two significant figures. 338. So 300, so there's the first number. Here's going to be our second number. Do we round that up? Yes, we do. So the 3 becomes a 4, so that's 340. Okay, two significant figures, two numbers which are not zeros. This final one here, 3 significant figures, so 1, 2, 3. Do we round up? No, we don't. So just 283. We don't need a decimal point and a 0, just 283. Final few to practice. 3 significant figures. Just have a quick think before I write it down. That's going to be 827. 3 significant figures, 0.416. 1 significant figure, 0.04. 1 significant figure, 20. 1 significant figure, 800. Okay, so just the key point. Well, you've got 3 significant figures, 3 digits which are not naught. 3 significant figures, 3 non-zeros. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So as long as you remember that key point, you should be fine. So that's thank you for joining me, Emma. I don't know if anyone else joined after we started. I'll see you in a second. So in short, you need to go away and do 2 Hegartys, please. 56 and 130. They're both quick, so I'm sure you can get them done in the lesson. Cheers, guys. Bye. Thanks, Casper, for coming. Bye.